We need to exercise together and come together collectively to save these young black boys, these young white boys.
February 27th, 2010.
I'm gonna go back to 2001. I was 16.
My oldest son went to Humboldt State scholarship. Proudest day of my life.
I'm a Liberty City baby, Miami, Florida. My only son asked me for $1 to go to the candy store. I give him $3. He paused the game, the PlayStation, and go downstairs to the candy. I hear a barrage, I hear bullets. I run outside while the shot's still going on. My back against the wall.
My youngest son, who at the time was 10 years old, ran past me, yelling. My daughter, she was yelling and screaming.
He came home, went to a party with some of his friends in a affluent black neighborhood on the west side of LA, was shot to death at the party.
I see my son in a pool of blood, same way I found my little brother.
I was in the house when my daddy got killed. I didn't see it, but I heard everything. At that point, I started carrying a gun on me.
5 days after that, I buried my oldest son. And I tell this story often. I know people I get a lot of the, why do you still deal with guns and so on and so forth. And I make it a point to remind people that never lose sight that they're kids. So to this day, I still teach firearm safety. Firearm safety is a big thing for me.
But nothing prepares you for the loss of your baby, right? And I could have did a whole bunch of stuff because I'm well respected in the neighborhood, and you know what the conditions response in the hood is. It's like, and so I had to go and tell the homies and his friends that wasn't his legacy, and that we weren't doing this work, for 16 years in the trenches on the front line to throw it all away because Terrell was murdered.
I know what we need. My homies know what we need. Every dude on this panel know what we need. So we need to exercise together and come together collectively to save these young black boys, these young white boys, these young red boys.
And train them safety stuff and let them shoot, get it out of the system, because a lot of times it's curiosity. So I'll bring them and let them shoot, so on and so forth. And that's my story. That's my pain that turned into a passion that's still a passion to this day.
The minute I started taking classes and I happened just to run into the right people at the right time, I was like, hey, this is the time I need to take advantage of this and bring this shit back to the neighborhood. Because a lot of times we get outsourced when it comes to this type of stuff and this type of information. For the last, 3 years, I've been doing back to schools at my barbershop in Orlando. We do like a little simulated start to bleed.
Over a period of about 4 years, we organized a peace treaty between the Crips and Bloods in our neighborhood. And we then took that movement to multiple cities across the country. I've been doing this work now for 35 years. This has been my life's work. I do this to ensure that, my son and all of my partners, one of my best friends, when I was in the 9th grade, was shot in the head and killed at school, Ronzel. I do this to ensure that their deaths are not in vain.